At least I think so. All right. Think we're on here. Before we start, I want to make sure that this is being shared properly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see us, got all those little kids in the background. That's right. Tell them.
I told her to go to daddy room. She like, no. Yeah, she left me on Facebook Live where I had to get the belt.
Yeah, you might want to turn that cam off and get busy. Let me stop before they ban me. Talking about hurting them kids. Okay. I think we are good. I'm going to see if I can leave this window over here. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, come on in. We are going to go live tonight. There we go. And Pooh, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I have myself muted just in case, but I'm doing really good. About to have a nice 3-day weekend. Gonna make it a 4-day weekend. They don't need to know.
Well, they know now. All right, Gina. Oh, you caught that one. Well, all right. So yeah, as we get started here, we're just going live tonight. We're gonna take some calls as well. And what are we talking about tonight? Oh, one of the questions I wanted to ask is what was your favorite Prince concert experience? Not necessarily like what's your favorite tour that you like and all that. I'm talking about like that you got to go witness in person. You know, whether it's the big concert in the stadium or a small show, whatever it is. Just be curious to hear, what is your favorite Prince concert experience? Also, Ampu, you had a pretty good what if question.
Yes, sir.
What's on deck tonight for that?
So my what if is, and I know y'all gonna be like, y'all gonna try to dismiss it, but you got to hear me out and see where this all goes. What if Gail Chapman stayed in the band? And you guys are probably like, Gail Chapman, she did one tour and she didn't have that big an impact on the Prince world. But I want you to follow me. Gail Chapman stayed. Gail Chapman stays in the band. Lisa doesn't join the band. And y'all like, well, duh. But in come 1983, there's a certain lead guitarist who decides to leave Prince. And what we know was they had already had Lisa's girlfriend, who's now in the band, Wendy, on tour with them. So they just slid her right in. But there's no Lisa in his band. So who gets that lead spot? And then we got to think about, okay, the influence on the music. Wendy and Lisa had an influence on his music. We can't deny that. He wasn't a full one-man band. He gladly took input and worked with these session players. But Lisa's not there. Who is he drawing some of his influences from? And then lastly, what is that band looking like post 1986? Does Gail give up? Does Gail move on before then? And where does he go from there, considering he's had somewhat a steady band rotation since 1979? Who do you think would replace if there's no Lisa? If Gail Chapman is there and there's no Wendy and Lisa, who do you think is going to replace Dez when he decides to move on?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I'm trying to think like who. I don't know. In a weird way, what if Jesse somehow got that gig?
I was thinking that, but I was like, and then the thing you got to think about is that the time was dissolving as well, so it could have just made sense that okay, Morris is on his way out, already lost Jam and Lewis. Jesse swear he want to be the lead man, but let me keep him under my wing for a couple more years so he can soak up some more of this game, and let me shine a spotlight on him on stage with the A team.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a wild one for me to think about. What if Gail didn't leave the group? Yeah, I don't know. I think you still got my man Andre in the game, and I don't know. It could have been anybody else could have left. It could have been who knows.
And then the other thing you have to think about is that if there is no Lisa, there is no Wendy, there is no Susanna, and we all like to speculate. I'm quite sure we all will never know what songs were inspired by Susanna, but there are the rumors out there. I'm saying the rumors because we read these books that certain songs were inspired by his relationship with Susanna. One in particular, "The Beautiful Ones." That's the speculation.
Right.
I mean,
right.
So it impacts the music that he was putting out there. Not saying he wouldn't have landed on a "Beautiful Ones," but maybe he didn't land on it in '83 if he didn't have this relationship.
Possibly. That's a tough one. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then that changes one of the most iconic moments in Purple Rain.
What you talking about, Willis?
Talk about the "Beautiful Ones" performance.
Oh, okay.
If he doesn't have that song.
I mean, I see my brain. I'm thinking of another moment of that movie that is the standout, but I see.
Head out of the gutter, sir. Get head out of the gutter.
That's not the gutter, man. That's life. What are you talking about, boy? So you spend the rest of your life trying to get back to. Anyway.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Four Loko.
No, it's sponsored by water, man. And a little Jesus juice. How about that? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got the phone lines open. So if you want to jump in, a couple of questions we're asking tonight, and we'll talk about. We'll just talk about one. What if Gail Chapman stayed in the band? Maybe Gail will see this and jump in. Comment.
That'd be great.
But the other question is, what are your favorite Prince concert experience? What's your one favorite Prince concert experience that you went to and you just hold that to you, for life, and you're like, yo, I love it. So we would love for you to call in and let us know, but you can certainly leave it in the chat. I'm gonna tell you right now, any foolishness in the chat, I got my finger on the trigger. So relax. We grown up in here now. All right.
I just saw a comment by I4O. Oh, I'm sorry. Love for one another. That's what he was saying. Yes.
Right.
What if it was Patrice Rushen instead of Gail? That's
I see that. I can see that. I mean, no disrespect, but I can see. Well, again, she's an established artist at this time, so I wouldn't see her doing it. But I could see a Prince wanting to have somebody like that in the band. But
I mean,
who wouldn't want Patrice Rushen?
I mean, you say that, and through Prince, Sheila E. became an established artist, and yet by 1987, she was playing the drums now. So
right,
it's possible.
Yeah, but Patrice Rushen was a thing at that point already. When he was lucky she talking to him.
Mm. Oh yeah, that is a good point. I see where you're going. Yeah. Now that's a downgrade as opposed to the Sheila E. She's working with him, collaborating with him, and she loves playing the drums, going on tour with him in the band.
Right. But yeah, man. So we'll get some more comments on that. I'm curious though, just going to the tour thing real quick. Do you have any favorite tours?
No.
You haven't seen him live. You didn't get to see him live, did you?
I saw him twice.
You saw him twice, and so neither one of those were your favorites.
No. One was, and okay. I know a lot of people, especially if Kanisa is watching. Shout out to you, Muse to the Pharaoh. She absolutely loves the Welcome to America tour, and that was my first time seeing him live. Amazing experience. The concert that I went to had Sheila E. He had Shaka during the pre-show, and I noticed when she finished her set, I was like, wait a minute, where's Sweet Thing? And then he brought her back on and during his show, and I'm like, okay. See, this is why you out here, I'm watching you and not the other way around. And it was a very long show. And the band he had John Blackwell, he had Renato, he had he had Ida, and then he brought out Morris Hayes, he brought out Larry Graham, brought out Sheila E. I mean, you would think and that had to be of this other one, that had to be your favorite, but nah. It was the Live Out Loud show at the Anaheim Playhouse, I think it was called, with Third Eye Girl. And I remember before I went there, I seen a couple of his performances with her, And I was thinking like, wow, this is like Prince taking it back to that 1980, 81 era with this gritty, small band doing more of the punk rock flavor to his music. And then I got to actually go see it live. It was I think it was standing room only, maybe 1,500 people there. So you were really close with him, and you had all these people bumping out with you, and it was just a different vibe and experience. And it felt like Prince was just really rejuvenated playing with Third Eye Girl, more rock heavy interpretations of his songs. And again, since you're not that far from him, it was kind of like that reach out and touch. It was kind of like some of those.
Reach out and touch somebody's. Oh man!
And he played. I got the Electron Election live for the first time. I got to hear Screwdriver, but then
Screwdriver. I forgot about that.
Then he played this rendition of "I Like It There," and I'm not a fan of Chaos and Disorder. At the time, I wasn't a fan of Chaos, and I was like, "What the hell is this song?" Now, because I heard it before, but not the way he played it during this show. And then I went back and explored that album. So that right there, it has that sentimental value to me because now I'm going through and listening with my more sophisticated ears to Chaos and Disorder, finding some of those great songs on there. And then he played I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, which was a real slow down version of it. So yeah, that show, that's my favorite.
Okay, and what year was this one again?
I want to say it was 2013 or 14.
Okay.
2011 was Welcome to America. I think it was 13 or 14.
Yeah. Okay. My favorite. I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna do two. Now that I think about it, I know what my favorite is, but it's hard to leave this one off. Now that I think about it, I want to say this. My actual.
I think I know can I guess what your number one is?
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's the piano and microphone because I remember.
It's not actually.
What?
That's why I said I know it sounds like it should be.
Because I remember the show you did talking about it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it felt like he converted you to Jehovah's Witness the way you was talking.
Here you go. Well, I will say that probably in my mind's eye, right? My nostalgia eye, my young man eye, my favorite would be the Love Sexy show. But it's interesting that I don't remember as much about the details of the show at the time. I've seen it on video many times, so I know the show back behind. But I just remember going to that concert. Shout out to my guy Tobias. Me and Tobias went to that. It was at the Coliseum, the Key Arena in Seattle, and I hadn't seen Prince since the Purple Rain show. And then just what you saw on TV. So going in there and seeing this huge, crazy stage, I didn't know what the hell was going on. There was no internet or nothing back then. So you only just sort of knew what was in the magazines or what may have been on MTV. So I didn't really know, I just know on the ticket it said it was in the round, but I just remember going and watching it and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Keeping in mind, I was super a fan. You can see it in the back of me. I had the Sign of the Times movie on VHS, and that had came out, and so I had been watching that every day, and that was Prince to me. I was like, so when I saw Love Sexy, it was totally different, and I couldn't understand what I was looking at. If that makes any sense, I was just so blown back by it, and I remember where it was the intermission in the middle, and I was like, wow, like that was crazy. I remember we went to get something to eat or popcorn or use the bathroom because it was an intermission, right? So we got out and went in our seats. And I remember we were walking through there. I remember we saw Sir Mix-a-Lot there. And I was kind of looking, and he was like, and I heard him talking to somebody when talking to me. He was like, man, that was crazy. It's like, what is it? And I just remember hearing the sort of the music start back up, the sounds or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, they about to start back up. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you say Sir Mix-a-Lot. My frame of reference of Sir Mix-a-Lot is 1992. Baby Got Back. So you in 87, 88 talking about, oh, that's right, saw Sir Mix-a-Lot. I'm like, damn, he was popping off back in Seattle that time.
I mean, he lived there. So. And another story I'll tell you, I went around the country performing that song, well, being on the stage with him while he's performing that song.
Please tell me you weren't banging over twerking.
Say it again. Crazy. You sound crazy. But Love Sexy was ill. The actual highlight, best show for me was the One Night Alone, Rainbow Children show. And that was when he was doing the music club and you got to go to the sound check and all that. That was my favorite experience because that was the first time seeing him up close like that, and it was it was just a rehearsal, so he wasn't like super princed up, what I mean. He looked like, I was like, man, he's actually a real man. Like I was just bugging because I was like, man, he looked tired, when you're real tired and his eyes are so indented. And he was like, I'm like, damn, this brother be working. So that's when I was just blown away and watching him do the stuff with the band. And he was sitting there talking with us and blah, blah, blah. And then, they said, hey, you want to stay in those seats for the whole night? Niggas was like, hell yeah. Sat right in the front. Dope. So that concert was.
Okay. Help me understand that, because what was the time between the soundtrack to the live show?
Now, sound check?
Because I'm think like,
I think the sound check was like, I want to say we were in line like 11 or 12. I can't remember. It must have been like around maybe 2 or o'clock. What's funny? I remember we were walking up to the venue where the show was. When I actually work across this venue now. It's my job. It's directly across the street from it. But I remember walking up to the venue. And we're walking up the street and we're in downtown Seattle. And again, me and Tobias was there. And we've seen this sister like come out this building. At the time I didn't realize it was a hotel, and she was walking the street, and we was like, I would say the same thing now anyway, but we was younger back then. I was like, God damn, who is that? And so we're walking. I was like, oh, she's walking up the same street, and we're kind of a little ways back. But I'm like, you don't see this around Seattle very, very often. And when we kind of I was like, when we get up to and I see people in line, and one of my guys was in line waiting, had to save my spot. And when I get up there, and then when I turn around and I see she's kind of still at the main kind of door, and I look and I realize it's Rhonda, the bass player. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, they must be staying right here across the street. But yeah, I want to say it was like in the afternoon, and then we just stayed there. I mean, what's funny is like when we walk into the Paramount Theater, and it's a small kind of a theater type place, and we're walking down, and I just remember seeing they had all of Prince's guitars and basses on stands down on the floor, like right in front of our seats. And I was like, that's all I knew. It was just one of those things. I was like, damn, this shit is real. Like I've only seen these things on on internet or on magazines. Like, damn, he got to be here. His shit is here. And I remember we sat down toward the left-hand side of the front row. And I just remember I was talking to my dude like this, and I just happened to turn like that just for no reason. And here comes Prince. And you could just kind of hear everybody that was talking just got real quiet. It was like, whoa.
Teachers in the house.
It was like, whoa, and he just walked up the stairs, and I could see him look like, just kind of had a look like he was like, I think it was weird. It was like he was embarrassed or something. He's like, grown men shouldn't be doing that to other men. I'm paraphrasing, but he literally said something like that. I just thought it was funny. I was like,
coming from, especially the stuff that Prince pulled.
But I think he was trying to tell people, like, you could just relax. Like, I'm. And then he was sort of the guy, like, he just got up on stage and he's like, and we didn't know what he was going to say. He's just like, yeah, well, you guys want to ask me something, or, what's up? And I was just like, that's why I was like, damn, it's a real dude. Like, it's crazy. And then he's proceeded to hold court for about an hour or so. And then the band came in and started playing music. He did Billie Jean. I always tell people he did Billie Jean. Shut It Down. And yeah, it was dope. It was just a dope show. And somebody, I don't know who it was, came out and gave us all these badges and told us we could go to the after party that was at this museum and stuff, and which I did. It was fantastic, man. But we want to hear some of the listeners or some of our viewers. Let me see some of your stories. I see them in the comments, so let me start jumping some of those up here as well.
Now, I want to ask you. You said 1, 2 in the morning, right?
No, in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Oh,
I'm
hell.
like, yeah. I was like, man, yeah, that's the back in the day, young days. Because I can't imagine going to a show that start at 1.
Yeah, man.
I'd be like,
last time I went to Paisley Park and they had them all night things, I started to feel my age because I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe one night doing it at till 2 in the morning, but 2 or 3 nights in a row, I was like, shit. Like, yeah, I ain't built for this no more.
Like YOLO.
But yeah, man, that was the highlight. But of course, the piano on the mic was I was probably just so more blown away by actually being in Paisley Park. That was the first time I ever been there, so I was just like, this don't make no sense. But yeah,
that's the goal for this year.
Get down there. Well, I guess that's opened up. All right, I think we got a caller on the line. 1 second. All right, caller, can you hear me? Caller, can you hear me?
What up, son?
What's up? This is Morpheus.
It's Morpheus.
I already know.
Yeah.
What's going on, sir?
Listen, I wanted to piggyback on what you were saying about the One Night Alone and also give Ant some info because I went to the one in New York. And if you also have the, what's that? The One Night Alone bootleg. I'm not bootleg. I mean, the official live release, and they had the after show.
Right.
And the first track was like, joy and repetitions. I was at that after show. So, Ant, basically what happened that day is that you went to the soundtrack at about 4:00 in the afternoon. He played for maybe for 2 hours, and then you had like a 2-hour intermission because the show would start at 8. And then he did the One Night Alone show, and then we were able to go to it's now in New York City. It's the Hard Rock Cafe, but back then it was the WWF restaurant that was there. And that's where George Clinton was playing that night too. So George after he did his set, he joined Prince for a little bit, right? But if I would have to say, that would be my top 3. But for me, it's the Xenophobia celebration at Paisley Park for 7 days. 7 days.
Yeah.
And after it was over, if you talk to anyone that came out of it, it was just you were just in a daze. You just could not believe what you just witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of his performances, but Victor Wooten was there. You had Music Soul Child. He performed, and it was Sheila. And if you ever talk to anyone who went to those celebrations, the infamous night is the pajama party night because the air conditioning broke. And it was hot as hell. And then Prince treated us all to go to the movies in Chanhassen after that to go see Minority Report. So to me, there's just nothing else that tops it. But anything else that comes close would be the Act One tour at Radio City.
Okay. Man, so you was at that was the second celebration, right? Was that?
No, that was the third.
That was the third one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one, I went to that first one. I didn't go to the Rainbow Children one, but I went to the Xenophobia one.
The Rainbow Children one is, I hope they put, I want them to release that footage of that, man. That would be so dope to see.
Yeah. And a strange thing is, if you know who Prince is, it's he always filmed it, and he did have a mini film crew there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, it's amazing. If you just think about what's in that vault, really. And I think one of the greatest things that Sonny T has ever said is the general public has only heard maybe a 10% of what's in that vault.
So they say. So they say. Well, listen, Mr.
So you
Morpheus.
gentlemen have a nice night.
You too, sir.
All right.
Keep your head up over
I'll
there,
talk to you guys
Discord.
later.
You dig?
No problem. Yo, let's all say too, man.
Yes, sir. All
Don't
right,
be
man.
foolish. Go get those shots. Go get those shots. All right.
Okay.
I didn't hear that
At first I didn't know what you were talking about, but yes, I got you.
Shot. Ant, stop laughing.
Good night, bro. Good night.
Yeah.
My man, Mr. Morpheus, over there at the Discord. But yeah, man, them celebrations, boy. I wish I had went to those bad boys. I mean, after I can imagine going to something like that. I don't know how you could ever like anything else. It doesn't even compare to that, man. Like, this seems crazy to me, but yeah.
I'm kidding myself because when Musicology Tour popped off, here I am, 2004, making some good money, and I'm supposedly this huge Prince fan. But then it was like, well, I saw Love Sexy, I saw the Hit and Run tour, Purple Rain, some of these other stuff. He ain't gonna do it as good as the other stuff. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even feeling that album like that. My dude, go ahead. Just go ahead and slap the camera because I need to be slapped for missing that show. That show was amazing, and I skipped it. And then missing all of those One Night Alone shows that were popping off in Hollywood. Now I can't feel too bad about that because I don't think I probably would have got in because your boy was just finishing up school, so money wasn't that good.
Right. Yeah, Prince tickets were not cheap.
Yeah, for those, especially the small show, the Live Out Loud show that was $300. I ain't gonna lie, when I was thinking about that, like he better give me my goddamn money's worth. I swear, I don't know what I was gonna do.
But the thing is, you got more than your money's worth. That's the
Yes,
thing.
I did. Yes, I did. I sat at that computer for 3 days, like shit. But then I was like, you know what? Don't regret this like you did Musicology. And I'm glad I went to it.
Yeah, that makes me think. Now, was there ever a concert where I felt like I didn't get my money's worth? I would say no, but there was one Prince concert that I wasn't all in. Actually, there's probably two. There was one I wasn't really all. I think it was the Jam of the Year. Shaka Khan opened, and I think the thing for me, it was outside. It was this place called the Gorge. It's like, I think it's in Eastern Washington or something. And what it is, it's like I think it's on like a cliff or something, or if I remember, it's this vast, it's a very beautiful sort of area. So you can see the stage and stuff, but beyond it is just like this, it's like a painting or something, And I think I was just so kind of taken. I had never seen a concert in an environment like that where it's just wide open, And so I was not as invested in the show. And I don't know, at the time, I just wasn't. I mean, I was a super Prince fan, but I don't know, it was something about that show. I remember I was walking around a lot. Like, I never do that. I used to try to be as close as possible, but I was walking around hollering and standing in line, get something to drink. I was like, I'm at a Prince concert. What am I doing? But that's where my head was at the time. I think we got another caller on the line. Hold on. Bring them in. Let's go. All right, caller. Can you hear me? What's your name? Where
Thank you for using callmylostphone.com.
Somebody got jokes. Wow, that came.
I think that was Prince from the grave.
Here you go.
He's like, you didn't enjoy Jam of the Year?
My bad. My bad. But yeah, it was probably the only show that I was a little. And I think one of the nights at 3121 was a dope show.
It was.
It was a dope show. But I was. But I think that was like in a small place. If I remember right, he was just like moving around, and going all over the place. And I want to say Jerome was there, but he was sitting in a booth with his peoples or something. and I think Prince kind of was running around and stuff. But that was an awesome experience. Who am I kidding? All right, let's try this again. See if we can get in. All right, caller, can you hear me?
Yes.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Christy. I'm calling from Raleigh, North Carolina.
How you doing, Christy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So, what's do you have a favorite Prince concert experience?
My favorite will be my first and my last.
Okay.
So my first was Love Sexy, and I was 8th grade, and once it off the radio, and I had a one-on-one interaction with Prince, so it just made it,
Well,
my dream.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
And, say it again.
So tell us more. What was this interaction?
He just looked at me. That was enough.
Okay.
I was just the only person right there, and he looked at me.
Hilarious. All right. Okay. So my brother gave you them
And
eyes. It was
my
over.
My last was 10 years ago, and I took my son. He's 20 now, so he was 10 at the time. And I brought him up to stage, and it's that part in the stage where everybody gets on and dance. So he has a little interaction with us. So I try to get my son, and he plays the guitar and makes the funky face, so we have it all on tape. Somebody else taped it, not us.
Nice.
But of course, my son is a lifelong Prince fan after that.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, that sounds mad. Can't really top that.
Yeah, those are my two.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you heard the other question that Ampu was asking, if you wanted to jump into that one. I think he was saying, what if Gayle had never left Prince's band? Like, how would that have affected things in your mind going forward?
And I'm assuming Lisa replaced her, right?
Essentially. Yep.
So we would have never had that whole Wendy Lisa dynamic. So I think it was cool to see that. So I think we would have missed something.
Okay. Shout out to my man Marco there. All right. Well, we appreciate you calling in tonight. And be
all right,
safe.
This is my favorite podcast, so thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. We'd love to hear that. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Right. All right, man. Getting on stage. I forgot. What was the first one? Was Love Sexy. What was the second one? She said it was.
That would have to have been Welcome to America when he was doing that. She said 10 years ago. That was 2012. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. It says the sorry. The Love Sexy tour was unique. It was performed in the round. That's right. Not his best tour.
I don't know about that.
What would you say his best tour would be, Brian?
Yeah. Please respond to Carlin and let us know.
Here. But man, I see another Love Sexy. Yeah, Love Sexy was crazy. That was so crazy. That was a big production. And another funny thing I remember Love Sexy before the show started and we're in our seats. I remember seeing Billy Sparks just kind of walk through like the crowd. I was like, Billy! Of course, there was so many people you could not hear me, but I was just like, that's the dude from Purple Rain.
That's what we need to get him on the show. I would love to know if those lines were written or not, or if he added. I just feel like because he seemed hella real and authentic.
Hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he seemed like a hell of a cool dude. I've seen one interview with him. He seemed hella cool, like he's a cool cat. From my understanding, he's been in the game for a while. So he probably got a lot of great stories and some insight. Yeah, go ahead.
I hate for us to get sidetracked, but it's kind of interesting knowing what we know about how the Minnesota scene treated the Black artists. And they were saying how it took a while for Prince to even play at First Ave. And then in the movie, the club owner of what is First Ave is a Black man.
That is funny. I didn't pick up on that. I actually think, well, that was some fiction.
We know now, yes.
Like, oh, the brothers owning clubs out there? No.
This is a business, and you ain't too far gone to see that yet.
For real. Oh man.
I'm sorry. Damn, I don't want to get sidetracked. But who was Billy to Prince in real life?
I think he was the guy running the tour. I don't know if it's the tour manager. He was doing security or something, but he has like a business. I should know this, but he definitely he's in the touring business for black artists, at least back then. All right, caller, can you hear me? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Melvin Rush.
What's going on, Melvin?
Well, you the man, brother. You are the man.
You the man, bro.
Nah, I'm still a lonely musician in North Carolina trying to do my thing and doing the same thing you are, keeping me abreast on, keeping Prince's legacy alive, brother.
Oh man, we're trying. Listen, Melvin, tell me your favorite Prince experience, concert-wise.
Two of them. First of all, I've seen him 7 times, but my 2 favorite times were the 2 best seats I had. I saw him in 2011, I think it was, in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
And it may have been a little bit before that because this was the tour. Yeah, it had to be before then because my man was playing drugs for him. Guy, I can't think right now.
Talking about Kirk?
No, not Kirk. Doc came from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh,
I just
damn. See, when I'm on live, my brain goes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He
passed away,
he
brother.
passed
Rest
away
in
too,
peace. Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, man. We got to put some respect on his name.
About John Blackwell?
John Blackwell. Jesus.
But,
yeah. Shout out to the
yeah.
Blackwell family. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't know Blackwell really, the drummer who played in my band, Mr. James Noble. James and Blackwell went to the same high school, and he kind of learned a lot from Blackwell.
Okay.
So when they had intermission, and I had pretty good seats, I was only about 10 feet, 10, 15 feet away from the stage, but they had a little break where the band left, the rest of the band left, and Prince stayed and did a little acoustic set with just him on the guitar. When the band exited, they exited right near my row. So when they came up, I yelled out real loud. I was like, Blackwell. And he turned around and said, who in the knows my daggone name? and I later said, Melvin Rush, I said, you don't really know me, but we met in Columbia a couple of times. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember you. You was at the playing keys. And he gave me his drumstick.
Wow, okay.
And everybody on my row was like, dang, you know the drummer? I was like, kind of, sort of, but not really. But I keep those sticks in a glass case in my music room.
Nice. Okay.
So that time was memorable for me. And the last time I saw him was 2013 in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I had front row seats. And like a lot of times in Prince concerts, people have time to bring people up from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I couldn't wait to get up there on that daggone stage. So I was just waiting for the time to get up there. I had gotten up there and he's pulling mostly women, of course. And I was like, I'm not going to get my fat ass up there on the stage anyway. And I was next. And the bodyguard looked at me and I had this gray suit on, this purple silk shirt and a daggone purple and white tie, trying to stand out on purpose.
Okay, he was clean.
And he was like, the bodyguard pointed me and said, Big Boy, gotta get Big Boy on the stage. And right when I was trying to get up there, my cousin, who I had no idea was at the concert, she was like, Mel. I turned around, I grabbed her, she got on stage and I did. But it was a wonderful show, as always. Prince, that brother was a phenomenal musician, and each of the 7 times I saw him, he was better than the last.
Right. Each one unique, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, Melvin,
And
man.
On your question,
Oh,
I think we all benefited from Prince's different musicians. Each time he had different members. I think that was something that kind of fueled him to make his music better, to marry with different artists at different times. And he continued to do that till he died. There was a progression for him in his music. And I think we all benefited from that.
no doubt. All right, Melvin, man, we appreciate you calling in, sir.
Appreciate you all. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you so much. Still working on some things we discussed, Mike. But God bless you all. And I'm going to continue listening to the broadcast the rest of the week.
All right, man. You have a good night. You be safe, brother. All right. All right. Excuse me. Man, I love how you hear people talking. See, I didn't know him, but my cousin, my man knew him. And then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, yo, you remember, you don't know me, but you know, oh, okay. It's an unspoken type of thing. Like, oh, you know, hold such and such and them and the hoop-de-whoop. Yeah, man. I love it. I love it. But we going to keep going for a little bit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We do see all the comments. I see you, Marco, old school homies from back in the day. Welcome, sir. But yeah, so just keep it rolling, man. So we got an open line again if you want to jump in. Also, we got to remind y'all, check out the podcast. Our latest episode was an interview with Damon Dixon from the NPG. Damon is hilarious, so definitely check out that podcast and then hit up Damon and say what's up to him. But you don't want to miss that one. There was some great stories in there, and if you having like a bad day and you just like kind of not feeling it, play that. It's gonna have you rolling. You know, you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? Let me go work the fries tonight at McDonald's. What the hell? But anyway.
Yeah, I got a 3-day weekend. I'm turning to a 4-day weekend, so I'm gonna finish that up. I'm at the 1 hour mark. I can't wait to get to I think it was 1991 MTV VMAs and the cutout jeans, because you said, yeah, he goes in on that. Pause.
Yeah, that was a funny one. I've seen a couple of memes based off of that now after the interview online. It was kind of funny. So, and we got another a semi-animated, I say animated, a clips video of one of the stories coming up next. It's the Carmen Electra one. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Shout out to Antonio for putting that together. We got a question here. So, Michael, what was your best live performance? And Ant, what were yours? We've said it before. You have to remind back, but you could tell them what were your two favorites.
Yeah, go ahead and clown me being part of the Prince podcast, and I've only attended 2 Prince shows. There was things going on in my life. Let's just say that. Anyway,
niggas locked up. No, I'm just joking.
Never that.
Man, did you go there once? Nah, I was in county, nigga. I couldn't go. God damn.
I went to the Welcome to America tour. No, was it? No, yeah, the Welcome to America / 21 Nights in LA show at the Forum. I guess you remember the date. It was 4/11/2011. And I went to the Live Out Loud show in Anaheim, and my favorite of the 2 was the Live Out Loud show with Third Eye Girl. I know for some reason Third Eye Girl isn't as revered as some of his other band lineups, but for me, it was just the rawness of the band, the rockified version of those songs that just really took me back to those bootlegs that I heard from the Dirty Mind and Controversy tours, especially the Dirty Mind with Andre and Dez, with being young whippersnappers just acting a goddamn fool on stage.
All right. And mine's quickly was the Rainbow Children, One Night Alone, and Love Sexy. Those are my 2 favorites. So he's asking about Jesse Johnson. Jesse Johnson's still out here. Of course, nobody's performing, but he performs live when the opportunity, you know, he's doing gigs. I saw him live a couple years ago. Were you there at that? Yeah. No, okay. It was in Minneapolis. It was during one of those celebrations. Maybe it was the last one.
The Liv Warfield show. And,
That's right. That's right.
And shout out to her. She can She got. I'm trying not to say anything sexual. she has a great voice. I was gonna say she can blow. No. She has a great pipe. No.
That's all, and that's all. Not get me in none of that mess.
Mango Blini.
All right. But yeah, man. So I think there was another thing I was going to bring up. So we talked about the Gail thing. We also talked about our live shows. And let's see, maybe the caller may have another one to add.
We're experiencing longer than normal wait times.
It's so funny. I don't know why they're calling me like I'm supposed to be on hold. Like I was this.
Well,
maybe this is some kind of algorithm things fucking with me. Like, no.
Well, there was some. Apparently, Jay-Z ran afoul of the Prince Army of the last 2 days.
Okay.
That's what something that I saw. Little Uzi Vert. He's one of these new generation.
Let me stop.
He's one of these new generation.
Uzi Vert. What's the Vert part mean? Do you know?
Well, I've been told that it's supposed to sound like Lucifer, but Uzi Vert, Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
Yes. Someone on Twitter, they were saying that that's how his name is supposed to, the way it sounds.
Youngins. Oh, well, I guess back in the day they had the Slayers and all them.
Right.
That stuff scared me as a child. I was in school. I said, no white dudes. I was like, man, like, you want some? What are you doing? I'm cool. I'll listen to the Duran Duran, but I ain't fucking with that. I don't know what y'all do. That shit look crazy. But yeah,
it took me a minute to get the Guns N' Roses. I'm right there with you. I was like, yeah, them cats on some other Kiss as well with that makeup too. Yeah. Remember, I'm between the ages of 7 and 12.
Sure. I just remember seeing Kiss. I think I really saw them first time. It was some kind of movie they had or something. It was on TV. That's what I knew them from. And I was like, okay, I didn't think they were actually real musicians and stuff. So I'm not saying nothing bad about Kiss, all y'all Kiss fans. Kiss all. How about that? And,
yeah. So Lil Uzi Vert is apparently making headlines because he tweeted out, and I quote, OG and Hove, meaning Jay-Z, said, I'm like Prince. So I'm Little Prince now. And the Purple Army is just losing their mind. Like, oh, this Jay-Z with this disrespect for Prince. Ain't nobody can be compared to him. Oh, who's this Uzi Vert that Prince is saying it's like just like Prince? Oh, there's no way he's as talented. And I'm like, calm down. Chill. One, dude ain't gave context about why Jay-Z said this. You know, he could have been like, yo, you got your masters? Man, that's what I'm talking about. Just like Prince. Or damn, you got 5 bad chicks at the hotel? Who you with? I'm just saying, we don't know. He hasn't given any context about why Jay-Z allegedly made this comparison. And my thing is, instead of being insulted that someone was compared to Prince, how about saying like, dang, you know, Prince is the gold standard. So maybe he did something phenomenal that Jay-Z was like, yeah, that's just like Prince. And the people were talking about Jay-Z has no respect for Prince. Look at it. And I'm like, okay, take your feelings out of this. Mr. Michael Dean, who did Prince give his masters to?
He was on Tidal and sat down with Jay.
So you really think Jay-Z has any disrespect in his heart for Prince? And even further, to just willy-nilly throw out, you just like make a comparison to Prince like that?
Listen, my thing about it, and I agree with everything you said. For me, one, I don't know much about Little Uzi Vert other than what I really know. That's the brother with the Infinity Stone in his forehead, right? The WandaVision. 24 million. So he got to be doing something right because I don't know none of his music. I ain't seen him in nothing before, but apparently he got money to blow to just put it up here on some clown shit. So I don't know if I would compare him to Prince. He might be compared to Gates or Forbes or something, just blowing money. But I have no idea what. First of all, maybe he's lying.
That's number one.
I mean, he could be lying. He could be misquoted. He may be, you know how we get to talk.
He ain't misquoted.
He might just be capping like, yeah, you know, Jay-Z said I was just like Prince. When probably Prince, you know, Jay-Z could have said something way different and meant something way different. He just pumping it up to get clicks and attention, which is
we
the
like
goal anyway. Yeah, so I mean, it's like pump your brakes, relax. I don't even know. Well,
you don't know the full story.
First of all, I'm low key mad that we even care what he says, but I could be out of the loop because, like I said, I ain't never heard his music, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what he does anyway. He could have music like Prince for all, because I have no idea. I don't know nothing about it. I just know he got a $24 million Infinity Stone. That's it.
That's a crazy ass story.
You know, that's what he do got. So.
But I'm more so about the story because of the slander that's being thrown Jay-Z's way about this, and particularly there was I'm in one of these Prince Facebook group, and they doubled down on it, said that yeah, I ain't messed with Jay-Z ever since during one of his wife's performance, he held her as the greatest living entertainer, and Prince was alive at that time. So he was disrespecting Prince back then. And I'm like, okay, you just really reaching to just be hateful and knock this man. I'm like, yes, it's his wife. If he ain't big up and hyping up his wife like that, something's wrong. And y'all not gonna want to hear this. But ever since Beyonce went solo in 2003, you cannot say she isn't one of the best entertainers since that time, and she is one of the all-time greats.
I can't argue with you.
Yeah. So him saying it's not like he said, damn, who's a trash singer? I don't want to do that, but it's not like he said Keisha Cole. Come on. You're talking about Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's questioning her stance. You know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, listen.
It's like I just need the Purple Army to stop being so sensitive when it comes to Prince. He was a human being. And you know who would not have any problems with any of this being said? Prince.
Well, you never know. Who knows?
Well, I mean, he definitely wouldn't have a problem with Jay-Z calling Beyonce the greatest living.
Hey, man. Caller?
Thank you for using Call My Lost
Lord.
Phone.
Let me find out somebody's trolling.
Yes.
The thing is, it shows the phone numbers on here, but anyway.
You need to call him back.
I don't want to put nobody on blast and they mama answering, grandma. Terrence, come in here and stop playing on the phone again, goddammit. You know like, these Obama phones don't have that unlimited time now. Let me stop.
Be like, oh, girl from the Chappelle show called the wrong one back.
Remember who was that one show? It was an interview we did. I don't know if it was live. I'm not going to, matter of fact, I'm not going to say his name. But I would just say we were having one of the guests on the show. It was one of our partners online. And remember we called and his mom picked up the phone. Do you remember this now? That was so hilarious. Come on and get on the phone now. I was like, whoa, I'm sorry, man. Like, oh shit, how old is this brother? And he probably watching. It's his jokes, bro. It was just funny.
Hey man, Mike did.
I'm not saying no names.
It's like before you even brought that story, I was thinking like, I hope he doesn't bring that one up.
Oh man, I saw somebody earlier asked, had I seen any of the after shows in Seattle? Yes, one. It was the Welcome to America tour, and I've told this story before, but yeah, concert was here. I took a friend of mine who had never seen Prince before. She was a singer. Took her to go see that. And then she surprised me by saying, hey, after the concert, I'm going to take you to a Prince concert. So I was like, huh? He's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know. Gosh, I'm forgetting names. Old girl, Liv. She knew Liv. She was like, yeah, my homegirl's with Prince, I guess, or something. Like she didn't so clueless. She's like, yeah, she said they're doing something afterwards and wanted me to come down. I might get up and sing and stuff. And I was like, what? I was like, do you know what you're describing to me? Like, is that the show? He's like, yeah. And yeah, we got the VIP passes. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a beautiful night. And that was the night I was this close to meeting Prince. Like that close. I decided to stand outside of the VIP so I could see the show. And then when it
Thank
was
you
over,
for using Call
y'all
My
are
Love.
killing me. When it was over, the security guard was like, "Oh man, Prince don't want nobody else coming back here." I was like, "Bro, but I got the pass." Like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, man, but I'm just gonna keep it the way it is right now. I was like, but it was a beautiful night. So yeah, I did get to see that show. I don't know if there were any other after shows in the Seattle area that I knew of. But yeah, it was awesome.
I do remember there was a show at the Hollywood Palladium. I want to say this was 2014 or 15. And apparently he just said, you know what, I'm going to play the Hollywood Palladium tonight. $100 tickets. And my butt, it was like, dang, payday until Friday. Do I do that or not? And I did it. And one of my friends that I used to work with, she's texting me like, when is this fucking show going to end? It is 2 o'clock. I was like, well, I text her, that's what you get for not getting me a free ticket too.
Hilarious. Yeah, Prince, when he get in his groove, man, he ain't stopping, bro. He's gonna give you a show. We're gonna try one more call. Go ahead. Let's see who this is. Caller, are you on the line?
Hey, Michael Dean.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Kadri.
Kadori?
Yeah, this is Kadri from Houston.
Oh, you called in before.
So yes,
what's up,
I'm watching the show live via YouTube, and I'm seeing that the subject is your favorite Prince concert experience.
Yes, sir.
So I have a couple.
Okay.
One of them was when Prince did the show at Warehouse Live here in Houston back in 2006. This is when he was promoting Kmart, and so like I was close to the stage and everything, and a few of my musician friends, they were able to get up on stage with Prince and sing along with him, sing and dance along with him, because he got up there and started singing and play that funky music, White Boy. I didn't know the words to the song, but looking back on it, I wish I had just pushed a little bit harder to get up there. But I'm able to enjoy the fact that my friends actually got up there and was able to sing and dance with them and everything. And another one of my favorite Prince concert experiences was when I took my sister to the musicology tour. Mm-hmm. And she told me before the concert, I'm going to get a hot dog, man. Prince starts singing Adore. I'm going to get excited. I'm just going to toss my hot dog. So he started singing Adore. And I looked at my sister. I was like, don't do it. But she loves Adore. And we had a great time. Just going to the Prince concert. And not only that, but since I bought my ticket for the musicology for the first night for the musicology tour directly from his website, mm-hmm. I only paid $75 per ticket, and our tickets was on the floor.
Wow!
Just like a few seats on the stage.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. So it's great. It's great talking to you. Is that Big Sexy right there?
No, that's Aunt Pooh. I don't think you'll be able to hear him through the phone, but yeah, it's Aunt Pooh.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, yeah, man. But yeah, man, thank you for allowing us to share our experiences through your podcast and everything.
No doubt, man. Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it, man. You have a good night over there in Houston. All right.
Yes, sir, for sure. It's freezing down here, but I'm keeping warm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, man. Yeah, I'll let you.
All right, T.
Yeah.
All right.
He's talking about these people going on stage.
Go ahead.
You've gone on stage?
Have I got on stage?
Well, okay, yeah. Have you gone on stage? And would you go on stage?
Hello.
I haven't.
Hi, this is the Prince.
Yeah, hold on one second, caller. No, I haven't that I think of. No. Would I would go up there possibly in the background.
Oh, you can't be dancing right along with Prince.
Oh, hell no.
Clown if you
Hell no. Nah. I'll be dancing with one of them sexies on standby. You know.
Or the twins.
I can get my let me get my yeah. Hey, all right now, watch out now, girl. You get that purple rain. But anyway, caller, can you hear us, caller? And
yes, I can. Hello, this is Ryan from Chicago.
Ryan from Chicago. Turn your speakers down, Ryan, because we can hear ourselves kind of in a delay there. You got to listen to the phone, sir. So Ryan in Chicago, man, how you doing tonight?
I am doing good, sir.
All right.
How are you all doing?
We're doing great. Thank you for asking.
That's good.
And again, you got to turn that stuff in the background down, man.
You know what? I'm on Bluetooth. I think that might be it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to call in or take off the Bluetooth because it sounds too crazy. I got to turn you all the way down, sir.
Okay, I'll call you back.
All right. You got to come right, y'all. Hold, we got another caller here. Caller, can you hear us? Didn't want to smoke. All right.
We got Marcus Benton. He said that he went on stage in Cologne 2011 in Germany. That was fun. Explosive energy.
I bet that was, man. That's some classic ones. Okay. I love it. In Germany. Love it. I love it. We got a few more minutes left. If you want to call in, it's your chance to get in before we get out of here. And again, we want to remind everybody to like this video or share this video, whatever platform you're on. Please spread the love and let other Prince fans out there know about it. Also, please check out the podcast on Prince. You look up on any podcast provider out there, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. I think this is a special caller right here.
Okay, Andrew Williams III, you wrong and shaded for that.
Caller, can you hear me? Is this who I think it is?
It is who you think it is.
Big Sexy. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man?
Man, we're trying to be like
we
you,
still
sir.
On the air?
We are.
All right, I got a story.
Go ahead.
All right. 2004 musicology tour. There was a night here in Sacramento and a night in Oakland. I went to both. I went to the night in Oakland, and I'm chilling with the security guards. And I told him, I said, look, man, you need to let me get on stage or we have a problem. He said, I can't do that. So I'll tell you what, if you'll let me get on stage, when he sings Insatiable, I'm going to put my drawers on the stage. And he fell out. And he said, I'll tell you what, man, come to Oakland, I'll see what I can do.
Whoa.
I said, fine. So we go to Oakland, and my best friend's wife was there.
Oh.
Best dancer I've ever seen.
Mike, please let him know when
you get up on stage. He's all, we can do that. I said, what about me? He's all, look, man, you're a big man. And if you don't want to get off the stage, we can't take you off the stage. I said, fair enough. Because I had a plan. The plan was to go, everybody was going to get on stage and go towards Prince. I was headed towards Candy Dulfer. That was my plan, but didn't work out.
Sound a little creepy there, Mark. I'm not lying. But I feel you. Go ahead.
My girl gets on stage and I told her,
Uh-oh.
Oh, my bad. Mark, you still there?
I was about to say he mentioned another woman and his
This is Ryan from Chicago.
I clicked on another phone line. I'm sorry about that, Mark. Call in. Ryan, go ahead, sir, real quick.
Yeah. Sadly, I wasn't able to see Prince in concert ever, but I did see the Revolution when they did the reunion tour, I guess, a couple of years ago.
Yep.
That was great. But I did run into I had a coworker that actually saw the Purple Rain tour, and I thought that was just amazing. And she's from Chicago, so she had the opportunity to actually get dance trained by Cat Glover.
Oh, nice. Okay. I love it,
Yeah.
man.
So
And I'm
that's-
sorry,
that's-
where are you
That's
calling
just
from
about
again?
it. I'm calling from Chicago.
Chicago. And I'm sorry, man, I'm slow. Tell me your name one more time.
Oh, it's all good. This is Ryan from Chicago.
Ryan.
I watch your shows all the time. I love them.
I appreciate that, Ryan, man. All right, so you never got an opportunity to see Prince. When did you get into Prince, man?
Right after Purple Rain came out.
Oh shit, okay. Is there a reason why you never went to the concert? Or?
I was too young, and then he fired the Revolution, and I kind of lost interest. That's just the only band I really like with him.
Okay.
I know there are others, and they may sound more fine tuned, and the musicians may sound more advanced or whatever, but there's nothing like that raw Revolution sound. I'm sorry.
I feel you. I know where you're coming from. Well, Ryan, man, we appreciate you calling in, sir. Man, stay locked in with us, all right?
And keep it going, sir. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Working like a job. All right. We'll talk to you later, Ryan.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. I'm sorry. I cut off Love Sexy. I cut off, I'm sorry, Big Sexy. You know, I think he left us. He's about to attack Candy. He was running toward Candy. But I don't know if he's going to jump in. But listen, we got to get up out of here. I see the real boss has come and jumped in the camera. So, you know,
Say that again.
they say, get to work.
Look at the door.
She said her favorite song is Adore.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, I tell you what, Ampu, why don't you take us out by singing it?
Oh no. Yeah, she was like, why you set my daddy up like that? Thank you, Melvin. Appreciate it. Yes.
That's what's up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get up out of here. Yes, she is adorable. She just said it's time for daddy time. So y'all gonna have to end this ASAP, which we will do. Listen, if you haven't already, guys, say it again. Check us out. Podcastjuice.net. Just find us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, please.
I'm so cute.
Yes, you are. And share this as well. And we want to say thank y'all. Be safe out there. I know it's about to get cold around the country, so definitely be safe and work it like a job. We'll see you next time.
I was good.
Say good.